Hey everybody, Spooky Marshmallow here, and today I am going to recap what happened on the Mayfair Witches last night. So let's get into it. So we're on episode 6, which is called Transference, I think, or Transference, something like that. Anyway, so this is what the episode is about. Desperate to rid of Lasher, Rowan reaches out to her fellow Mayfair family for help. Sip's search for answers takes him back to the Talamasca. So, let's talk about my review of it. So, in the beginning, did anyone else notice that when Rowan opened the refrigerator door, the light didn't come on? I know it's a very insignificant type of detail, but it's just something I noticed. I'm like, hey, she just opened that refrigerator door and the light didn't come on. I just found that a little strange. Anyway, moving on. So, Rowan learns about Julian. The Dunlayeth scenes were so sad for me to watch in this episode. It was really, really sad and very intense and emotional. It really struck a chord with me on this episode. The transference ceremony was very intense. Holy cow, it was so intense, but it was so good. Like the way that it was shot, it makes you feel like you're part of the circle, like you're a part of the ceremony. And I really got into it. It was really, really good. It was very emotional and, like I said, very intense. We learned the origin of the Lasher necklace. That was a really cool story of how that came to be. And Lasher's induction into the Mayfair family. Now, we know that if you've read the books, you know that Lasher goes way beyond this first episode of him in this season, where in Dunlayeth he goes way beyond Dunlayeth. But this was the first time that we're seeing him introduced into the Mayfair family in Dunlayeth. And if you're confused about, what's Dunlayeth, it's so hard to explain. Dunlayeth is where the Mayfair witches originated, okay? And so they were, of course, were back in, the times of the Salem witch trials and all this. And Deborah Mayfield was supposed to burn as a witch. Well, they were going to do the drowning torture, but that didn't happen. But I'm not going to say what happens because I don't want to give anything away. I will just say that. So Lasher kind of comes in, and that's where we first discover the connection between Lasher and the current Mayfair witches. I also want to say to that, poor Tessa. Poor Tessa. She... yeah, I knew, something bad was going to happen, but it's getting very interesting. Her story is starting to get interesting. I'm not so sure how to feel about the gentleman that is talking about witches and the women. In present day, this is present day, he's talking about, witches in our society and how most women are witches and they're trying to take over and all this. And this guy comes up and he's like, with a jar, and he says, "This is the heart of Deirdre Mayfair." And I'm just like, really? Like, that the whole story to me is getting interesting. A bit twisted too. I'm kind of curious to see where they go with this at this point. It's pretty interesting. What else can I say? Oh, the trailer for the next episode. Oh, It looks really good. Things are getting so intense. It looks like it's going to be a nail biter. Seriously. I cannot wait for the next episode. And that will be episode 7. I cannot believe that we just watched episode 6. And I know I say that at every video. I know I keep saying, I can't believe it's almost over, but it is. I mean, this time has just flew by so fast. But yeah, we are coming up on the 7th episode, and there's only 8 in this season. So I will be sad once it ends, but then I think I'm going to carry on with this, and I will pick another show that we can watch together, and I'll review or give you a recap with no spoilers. That's important to me. So if you watched last night's episode, let me know what you think down in the comments section below, and what your opinions are on the show so far. Like I said, we're about to go into episode 7, and so I think it's great. Obviously, I can't say enough good things about it. If you're not familiar with it yet, it is comes on AMC on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Definitely check it out, and let us know what you think. Same with the books. Once again, I'm going to say this again. Like, if you are watching the series but you have not read the books, you're missing out. You really are. You should read the books, definitely. It's the Mayfair Witches. There's 3 books in the series. The Witching Hour, Lasher, and Telos. Those 3 books are in the series by Anne Rice. Definitely check it out. Alright, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and we are moving, like I said, this Saturday. We will be moving into our new home, so when you see my videos coming up, it will be a whole new different place. So we are super excited about that, so stay tuned for that. Alright, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Spooky Marshmallow, and remember, stay spooky, my friends.